Okay. Hi, everyone. We're here with my friend Alison Jupiter, who has twin girls who are in my daughter's class. And I'm going to start off this interview as I have before. And this is just my second interview. So thank you, Alison, for being here with us.
Thank you.
So how are you doing?
Okay. My biggest concern was being stuck inside with my children. And that fear has come true. But considering I think we're doing okay, they have not left the house all day today and they're still in their pajamas. So we're surviving.
Yes, seems to be the sentiment from a lot of people. It's like that survival,
Yeah.
that survival standpoint. All right, so why don't you, just for those of you, those people watching who don't know you, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of your current circumstances, as well as just, if you're working right now, and just a little bit about your children, and kind of give us that overview.
Sure. So I'm Alison Jupiter. I am working. I'm actually working from my bedroom. I'm a psychotherapist. So this is really interesting times being a psychotherapist. People are having all different types of reactions to coronavirus, from complete denial to being, having PTSD symptoms and anxiety. And so everyone's having all different types of emotions. So I actually am incredibly busy right now. And my husband actually still has to go to work. So it is interesting times in the sense that we are trying to juggle everything. School has not started for our kids yet. So we've really been in charge of entertaining them. I am concerned when school starts and they give us a schedule, how that's going to work out with both of our schedules. And the challenges we have with our kids is they have ADHD, so it's very hard to sustain their attention for more than 2 minutes. And what I've been doing is been putting on timers that you have to do this activity for 30 minutes or 45 minutes before you move on to the next thing.
And is that something that is helping them, you think, in terms of them sustaining their attention?
Yes, because they would be, especially Lila. Lila really does like to just go through everything.
I fell.
Okay.
This happened.
It's okay. Here, we're just gonna.
Alexis hanged up on us.
Yeah, she's calling.
It's okay.
And these are our kids.
Yeah.
Alexis,
mine.
For us.
She's calling.
Even
you.
the interviews get breaks from the kids. Okay. Okay, let's
Here,
finish.
we're calling you.
Here you go.
Alexis, you want to do an interview with kids?
Okay, go interview.
All right. Alexis, in a room, please, with the door shut. Come on. Real life. That's called real life. All right. So tell me about what your typical day is like right now that this is all going on.
Typical day is I've tried, hold on, let me close the door because they're shooting outside. Yeah. Okay. A typical day is that they have woken up around the same time, which is about 6:37, as they would for school. They're allowed to watch TV for an hour, and then we do 45 minutes of Kindle time. And then we've just been doing different types of things after that. There's not as much structure as the day goes on. They're allowed to watch YouTube videos for an hour, so everything's kind of done an hour at a time.
Yeah, makes sense. So can you tell me a little bit about like a high-low, as in what's been really great right now, something that's been really, really amazing, and something that's been kind of really low?
Someone's calling you.
Okay. Please go in a room and close the door.
Okay, she's there. She's there. And this is my life.
Yeah, same. So tell me,
Hey, Lila.
yeah.
Lila.
She's coming up.
Go show her your unicorn.
No.
Okay, Lila. What? I know, that's a really cool room. Go. Can you close the door on the way out? Thank you. No? All right.
So aside from current moment.
So, hi, and some people might judge me. We took our kids outside, and my daughter Emma learned how to ride a two-wheeler bike.
Oh yeah, that was very cool.
We had the time. And since there was no one in the park, she was determined. She actually took the training wheels off herself and is like, I
Wow.
know how to ride a bike.
Wow.
With a little bit of instruction from my husband, she did it. A low is just the fear of being inside and the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
How long this is going to last.
Yeah.
Mayor de Blasio said he was going to, kind of shut down the city. I was trying to get on a flight to go see my parents, but my parents are at risk and we could be carriers, and that wasn't, my husband would have to be here. So I'd be a single mom for several months on end, and that wasn't realistic.
Right.
Fear of the media, even though that's what my husband does, is below
Yeah.
the anxiety that they're putting on all of us.
I know it's a hard thing. You almost have to keep it at bay,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So what would you say a parenting tool that you're using right now that's really working that you could share?
The
with people
timer,
watching?
I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The timer, like
Yeah.
putting activities at certain times.
Yeah, the structure is so huge for us too. It's like anything to add the structure in, they just need it.
Right. And it's really just screen time and TV, but you can do this for an hour.
Yeah, fair enough. So the name of this series is How to Be. If you had to kind of answer that question right now, what would you say?
I would say how to be mindful. I mean, this is something I'm talking to a lot of my patients about. In DBT therapy, which is called dialectical behavioral therapy, they talk a lot about your emotional brain and your logical brain and being in wise mind. And I think everything around us right now is emotional brain. The world's going to end, everyone's dying, we don't have enough ventilators. And then there's, some logic in it being like, well, how many people actually have this disease? How bad is it? Will we recover? Am I likely to get it? There's all kind of that logic. And just being somewhere in between the two of those and checking the facts with everything and being present and trying to keep things together, even though it feels like a tornado is going on literally outside.
Yeah, that's so helpful. And you're always so helpful to me as a parent, just, helping me with tools, especially around the emotional components of my children's well-being. So if you could share maybe some nuggets of your wisdom based on your field, what should we as parents perhaps do to help our kids in terms of these feelings? Because it's not really something that's so natural for me. So besides just saying like, how are you doing? Is there a better way to engage in that kind of a conversation with kids? And if so, how would you do that?
My daughter Lila she's a therapist child. She created a beach ball and she took yellow and she wanted me to write happy on it. And can you get me your beach ball? I want to show them your beach ball. Where's your beach ball? And then blue, she put sad. And then red, she had me write anger. And she throws it to
whatever it lands on
is with the emotion that we're feeling at the time.
Let's say it landed on red.
Yeah.
Read all the emotions on red.
It says red zone. It says anger, furious, frustrated, and annoyed.
And there's a face for frustrated. And then if you roll happy,
you get happy, excited. What I write? Cannot wait, bouncing, and joyful.
And then there's a happy face and a confused face. And this one?
Yes. So there's the blue zone, which is sad, which is cold, sick, and blue. And so we have been throwing that back and forth based on the colors to show us how we're feeling. Alexis is calling you again.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that's one way to use colors, to use visions to help kids. And I think the most important thing is to check your emotions. If you're anxious, your kids are going to be anxious. If you're mad, your kids are going to get mad. I know it's hard not to yell at your kids, but if you're a yeller, they're going to start yelling. And so it's really being in touch with your emotions. If you need to journal, if you need to listen to music. I mean, I've turned on music and had Madonna dance parties like I did when I was 15 and couldn't drive. I turned it on and was dancing in the mirror the way that I did back in the 80s and 90s, you know, like if that's what you need to do so that you don't take it out on your kids, then that's what you do.
I'm angry because everyone can have a headband.
Okay, we'll talk about this later, sweetie. All right?
I want to stay here.
You want to stay here? Okay, we'll talk about your anger later.
I want to leave here.
Okay, then you have to be quiet, sweetie. Mary's asking me some very important questions.
Yeah, that's really great. Really helpful. That's really helpful. I think that's so true. I find that it's like the whole oxygen mask concept, right? You have to like put your oxygen mask on first before you can help the kids. So certainly being in touch with your feelings before being in touch with theirs is really good advice.
Kids know everything. I mean, our kids, a few weeks ago, we're like, what's this coronavirus? Why is everyone freaking out? Guess what they were saying? Why is this coronavirus? Why is everyone freaking out? And now they're like, coronavirus, the media, like they're just parrots of what we're saying and what we're feeling. So to kind of watch that. And it's hard to find a private spot to talk with your spouse, your partner, or anybody else.
Yeah.
About what's going on, especially if you live in New York City.
Yeah. No, it's really true. Really true.
Well, beach ball we'll talk later.
Well, I really appreciate you taking some time away from the girls and work, Alison, for being here with us today. I hope that this is really helpful. My world. Yes. Well, it is helpful. I think it's helpful for all of us just to know we're not alone, and that's hopefully a big part of this. And then also to learn from each other, because I think we all have our own perspectives, and I learn from you all the time. And I feel like we have kind of very different skill sets, which is always really helpful. It takes a village, right?
It does take a village.
All right. Well, thanks again.
That's New York City. New York City is a modern day village.
It's very true. Very true. All right. Well, thanks for being here. We'll stop the recording now, and then we can chat with the girls.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.